Hello, everyone. I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. It is always a pleasure to talk to my dear friend. I can't wait for him to introduce himself, his first and last name, and what he's up to.
Sheldon, of course, I'm Louis Bezich, men's health advocate, contributing writer to phillyvoice.com, and of course, the author of Crack the Code, 10 Proven Secrets That Motivate Healthy Behavior and Inspire Fulfillment, which we're going to talk about today, in men over 50.
Oh,
great to see you.
So great to see you. I always am smarter after we chat, and I have a gut feeling that I'll be smarter after this conversation as well. What are we chatting about today?
Well, you know, we talk a lot about the terms health and well-being go together a lot, or mentioned in the same sentence together a lot. So I want to really focus on well-being. And let's start by talking about, well, what it really is, it does it mean to achieve well-being, or what is well-being? And when we look at, you know, what science says, well, there's the CDC will tell us that there's no really consensus definition, but they generally associate well-being with positive outcomes that are meaningful to you, right? Something that really inspires you and may even motivate you. And of course, there's, you know, different types of well-being in our lives. There's emotional well-being, where we strive to, like, you know, feel good about ourselves and our emotional state. But there's also, you know, financial well-being. There's professional well-being. So well-being, I think, you know, from what I can see, applies to all facets of our lives. And what I find really interesting is that what the scientists tell us is that, you know, when we feel good or when we do something positive, we get a little shot of dopamine in our brain. It's you know, it's the brain's sort of way to reward ourselves, the brain's reward system. And it motivates us to repeat that behavior because we do something, we feel good, we get the little shot of dopamine, and so we want to do it over again. So that's where we want to get into those cycles of positive behaviors, you know, whether it's physical, you know, physical fitness type of stuff, diet and exercise, or just being kind to others and doing other things that make us feel good.
Oh, I love that. And I think that, again, when we talk about fitness or we talk about health, we always associate it with fitness and running and, you know, even what you're eating, but even acts of kindness or the way you live your life, right? The lifestyle in which you have contributes to your well-being. Am I putting it together properly?
I did a piece just recently for Philly Voice where I talked about a visit that took place in my family, where I'm one of five. I may have mentioned that before. 5 kids. I'm the oldest of the 5, and we all got together a couple of weeks ago, you know, to visit my mom. She's in the nursing home, and so a couple of the ones that lived out of town, and so we all got together. But it was really an exercise in well-being, because it caused me to do what the experts tell you, sort of like take a personal inventory every once in a while. And when you're with your siblings, of course, you talk about your childhood and you talk about your grandchildren. So it's like the bookends of your life. But it really gave me an opportunity to sort of reflect. And, you know, all in all, felt pretty good about, you know, where I'm at and how they're doing. It's sort of like, you know, your own sort of analysis. But just an example where I generated some personal well-being by being in that family atmosphere. Obviously, the camaraderie was good, but also sort of the personal reflection. So as you point out, yes, you're spot on. It can come in any number of ways.
Come in any number of ways. And I love the idea, you know, I always love it when you give suggestions also of things that folks can do. Again, we've talked about working out and cold showers and all these actual literal things, but that example that you had provided about getting together, reuniting with folks, of course, in a safe way in these, you know, challenging times, but really, you know, reuniting, picking up the phone to an old friend, I think would be really great. Reconnecting with, you know, an old associate. I think these are volunteering, you know, might be an opportunity to do something really, really great. I hope I'm along the lines of what you're suggesting.
Acts of kindness, right? When you give, you get. We talked about that before. So that's a great way to sort of support your well-being. And also, one of the big things that the experts talk about is living in the moment. You know, life can be distracting. We have good days and we have bad days. And if you're like me, it's hard. I'm kind of fixated on, like, geez, I didn't get that quite the way I would have liked to. And so, but, you know, just like they say in sports, you got to, if you have a bad game, you got to put it behind you. So let's not worry about the future. Let's and worry about the past. Let's focus on the here and now and make the most of it.
Yeah, there also seems to be a sense of gratitude in your well-being, like really being grateful for, you know, we're all really fixated, not only as a nation, but just humanity in general, on what we don't have, right? And what, you know, where we're not. as opposed to where we are. And it sounds like, again, in that reconnecting with old friends or associates, but also looking around and being grateful and happy. That's a very unique thing in these days and age, to be happy, but to find joy and happiness, I'm sure helps your well-being as well.
Again, the experts will tell you, be grateful, just like you're spot on there. Maybe do a journal so that you can, capture those moments and reflect on them. But yes, the glass, to be optimistic, optimism and health go hand in hand. The more optimistic you are, the more healthy you are, is what the experts tell us. So there's a lot to be said, I think, for that state of well-being and how to achieve it and strive for it.
I loved this. I needed this today. One, I needed to sit in a little bit of gratitude today, too busy trying to get to where it is that I needed to be. And I think that there's a list of people that I need to reach out to today that I haven't spoken to in quite some time. And you've encouraged me to do so, as you always do. If people want to get in touch with you, my dear friend, if they want to follow, fan, and like you, as I say, where are the best places to get that information?
Let's reach out, like over my shoulder here to 50+men.com. You can read all about what I'm doing, get info on how to reach me, maybe come out and talk to your group, but love to connect.
Oh my goodness, you will not be disappointed. You must follow, fan, and like my dear friend. It is always a pleasure to have you here on This Is It Network. Oh my goodness, another great one, another great one. Please make sure to get in touch if you need speakers for your upcoming events or organization. He is the perfect candidate for all of those things. From all of us here at This Is It TV, I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and we will see you soon. Take care.